Guys, it did record the shuffling and stuff. It just looked funky from my end, so we're good. Okay, part 2. So the energy that I'm getting is literally just, we're in a bit of a freeze, or we're kind of putting ourselves in a little bit of a freeze right now. It almost feels like we're trying to wait something out. Like, you know you're gonna be okay. You have this innate, like, knowing that you are going to be okay. It's just like yeah, I know I'm gonna be okay, but like, can we speed it up a little bit? Because I'm really, really afraid if I keep moving, I'm gonna be in this space of instability. But it's kind of self-sabotage in a way, because if you don't move, you stay in this like space of instability. You kind of have to move and risk, like, what's in my head is like, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. My phone is acting funky. You kind of have to allow yourself to learn certain lessons, recalibrate. Recalibrate is just stuck in my head. Like, the GPS is just stuck in my head. Even when the GPS, like, even when you're like, you are still have to drive. Like, you're still driving, you're still moving forward. You just have to wait a little bit for things to recalibrate, so then it could put you back onto that, like, the right direction that you're going on. But if you stay still and if you stay stuck, then you're just going to be stuck in that space of lostness. And this kind of keeps going forward with that. So the next card is Death blocked, with the Star blocked, and the Hermit up in upright position. And it is kind of this, like, you are allowing yourself to sit in decay, just for that fear of, like, it almost feels like it's just like a fear of things just not going your way. Look at me rhyming and stuff. It's so interesting, and it almost feels like you're kind of having I'm having a battle with myself to try to, like, say this out loud. So this is kind of like affirming of, like, you're having an internal battle where you're like, yeah, I totally know I'm gonna be fine, but what if I'm not fine? Or what if I'm fine because I'm not moving versus moving and something going wrong? Like, you are having such a difficult time discerning whether or not the best decision is to stay still right now or keep moving forward. And because of this, you're kind of, of course, the Hermit is such a beautiful card, because the Hermit is all about self-reflection and forced isolation in order to gain knowledge. So if you need to take a break, take a minute, because we did start with the Ace of Swords in reverse. If you need to take a step back, do that, but do it with intention. Do it with an intention of learning, of kind of understanding what it is and, like, who it is that you need to be in order to keep moving forward. But the big, like, caution, the big thing for you is, don't sit in it for too long. That's what, like, you can take a pause if that is what you need to do in order to learn more about what decision or direction you want to go to, in order for the, like, if you need to turn your car off for a second and turn it back on to see if the GPS, I don't know what is with me in the GPS today. Just please, I don't know. If you need to turn your car off in order to do that for a second, you still have to turn it on. You know what I mean? Like, turn it off for a minute, figure your shit out, turn that shit back on, because you have to keep moving. And that's kind of what, like, the Hermit is not meant to be permanent. The Hermit is meant for you to sit back for a moment, collect yourself, gain knowledge, and come back out. You see how he's holding the light. He's holding the torch because he's meant to illuminate. He's not meant to just stay in the cave. The next few cards are the King of Cups upright with the Knight of Cups blocked. And this was clarified with the 10 of Cups in reverse and the World in reverse. These two flew out. What this is kind of indicative of is, you are so, first of all, you're a very emotional person, which is, like, as you should be. Feel these feelings because this is important to you. It's so interesting that we have all of the like suits. We have Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Cups, and then even in the like clarifiers, you are all encompassing. It's more about learning other facets of yourself. So you are the Queen of Swords, you are the King of Cups, you are someone who is emotional, you are someone who is vibrant, you are someone who sits in their power. It's more about learning what to do with it. And so as you sit in this King of Cups energy, as you sit in this emotional, like emotionally intelligent energy, don't get stuck in it. I don't know. Don't get stuck in a space of hopelessness because you are still learning what it is that you need to learn in order to keep moving forward. Sorry, my phone keeps on trying to like shut down. With the Knight of Cups coming out with the King of Cups, it's kind of showing me that you are so like disappointed in yourself and disappointed in like where you are in your path. The Ten of Cups, when it's in reverse, it really is about just like hopelessness and despair and heartbreak and just like what you see as the like future, the happiness within your future, the joy within your future not being there. And this is just it's kind of a way for you to beat yourself up a little bit. It's kind of a way for you to reinforce this idea that you need to stay still. It's almost like, and it's not woe is me, it's more like, oh, this is just gonna go so bad if I don't do the right thing. Like, it is very much you beating yourself up because you are a very emotional person. Like, you are all encompassing. It's literally, you're just learning certain skills in order to keep moving forward. You are not destroying anything. You are not breaking apart anything. There's nothing you need to be disappointed in yourself for, because you're literally just learning new things in order to add to your collection of who you are. That's what this feels like. And so because there's a bit of pushback, because there's a few blockages, there's this big fear that these blockages are actually meant to destabilize you when it's not. It might create an imbalance temporarily, but literally it's just meant to teach you a bit more about yourself. And so the big thing is literally to allow yourself to complete this cycle. Again, when you're ready, shut the car off if you need to for a second, take a breather, sip on some water, then turn that shit back on because we're ready to keep moving. This is meant for you to learn to allow yourself to close cycles and deal with the consequences of that. Consequences aren't always negative. Consequences can be positive, can be negative. They're just the reaction to an action. That's all it is. And so you have to allow yourself to close certain cycles in order for you to gain that knowledge, gain that wisdom, and have that reaction. Because we can't control everything all the time. The next two cards are the High Priestess upright with the Ten of Swords upright and the Emperor blocked as a clarification. You are very aware of who it is that you want to be, who it is that you are, and this connection. Like for me, High Priestess, she is all about balance. She is all about connecting to the mundane and the spiritual. She is all about tapping into herself. Like she is, for me, she is indicative of someone who is so true to themselves. Like they can truly just tap in. And so you're very aware of this process. We can know everything and still know nothing. We can know like, oh, I know that if I leave this house right now, I'm gonna go do this, this, and that. Doesn't mean that it's gonna allow us to do this. It's like we still have to make the decision to act. We still have to make the decision to either move forward or move backward. We have that free will. So that's what this is feeling like. We're gonna go on to the final part.